KFAN celebrates our $5,000 teacher winners in iHeartRadio's Thank a Teacher powered by Donors Choose. There's still time to nominate a public school teacher making a difference. They could be next to win $5,000 to make over their classroom. Do it now at iHeartRadio.com/teachers.
I mean, it's like, hello?
What are we doing? What's going on? What is this? What's going on?
Hello. Okay, hold on.
How long has the music been playing now?
It's been going a while.
Sorry.
When I start hitting button bar bits, then you know it's been a while.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and start at 1 o'clock hour like we always do. Me eating lunch and you firing the open for 534.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Brought to you by Willow River Company. Question number 1. Programming predicament.
A little bit of a different programming predicament tonight. The Twins are in KC tonight at 6:40 p.m. You can watch that on twins.tv. The Gophers men's basketball team will battle Baylor tonight in the college basketball crown in Las Vegas.
Baylor.
That game starts at 9:30 p.m. on FS1. You can listen to it right here on the Fan.
How can they grow the game in Minnesota when the game starts at 9:30 at night?
Well, at least it's college basketball crown, so I'm not as upset about it. And the Frost are in New York to take on the Sirens. Opening face-off at 6 p.m. on Fox 9 Plus and FanDuel Sports Network. Common, what are you going to do about tonight's
Programming predicament?
I'll let you decide for me.
I forgot to put a song up. What's the latest show you've been watching? Leave It to Beaver. Can you find the theme song for Leave It to Beaver? Starring Hugh Beaumont, Barbara Billingsley, Tony Down, and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver. Yeah, it's an old...
Leave It to Beaver. Starring Barbara Billingsley, Hugh Beaumont, Tony Dow, and Jerry Mathers as the Beaver.
It's a heck of a show, Tennant. I think you'd like it. I suppose I would watch...
I was told when I was a kid that I looked like someone on Leave It to Beaver. What are the names of the... Is it Opie? Is that the right show?
But no, that's wrong. You're thinking of the Andy Griffith show.
Oh, okay.
You do look a little like Opie. Let me ask you a question.
I was told when I was a kid.
Let me ask you a question. What was the first one of those choices?
Twins versus KC.
I think I'd watch that. And I want to see if somehow the Twins pitching staff can match their AAA affiliate in walking. How many did they walk? You sent
20.
20? How do you walk? And I thought the Polat pocket protectors were telling me, do you remember reading when they I don't know if I think it was Athletic, Fish Wrap, East or West, whatever. They were talking about how deep and talented, all that we stole all these great pitchers from these other teams when we did our fire sale. How good can they be if you walk 20? That has to be some type of a...
Well, it's a AAA franchise record.
Easily.
I can't even... It's got to be like 8 more than the next one.
I would think. It's
lost 19-3.
It's astonishing that you could walk that many hitters.
Can you imagine going to watch that game last night? The weather's already, it's not as bad last night as it's going to be today and tomorrow, but still, it's not great weather.
Yeah. I wonder how many people were at the game.
I watched kid pitch 9 and 8-year-olds throw less walks than that.
Yeah. It's an embarrassment is what it is, and it goes to show you if you think, I did think, we talked about this. I thought You know what? Because I believe them. Anytime they tell me, "Oh, we got so many," how am I? If the people that follow this closely are telling me, I guess it's one of those things where I should say I have to see it to believe it. That these young arms we have are all so good. We were talking about how it might be more entertaining to watch the AAA club than the big club. Maybe neither. Tonight, though, because it is Joe Ryan on the mound, I like pitching. I've made no bones about that. Anybody that's I make no bones Highland about it. I like pitching in baseball. I like a crisply well-pitched, crisp, fast-paced game, 2-1, 3-2, whatever the final score is. I'm not a big 9-6 slow-pitch softball guy, so I like watching Joe Ryan pitch, and we'll see how he does tonight against Kansas City.
Question number 2. And now it's time to go in the trenches.
Something called Jeffrey Chataha, a columnist for NFL.com. He wrote an article today titled "The Next Sam Darnold?" 5 NFL QBs who are ready to reinvent their careers.
Kyle Murphy.
The five players he listed are Daniel Jones, Indianapolis Colts.
Boy, how do you get a player like that? Why did the Vikings never get a guy like Danny Jones?
Kyle Murphy, Minnesota Vikings. Mac Jones, San Francisco 49ers. Tua Tagovailoa, Atlanta Falcons. And Malik Willis of the Miami Dolphins. Common, which of these 5 quarterbacks is most likely to become the next Sam Darnold?
Let me answer that by asking you a question. Do you like parades? Do you like parades?
I do.
I think Kyle's going to... I just breathed in some of this avocado toast. I was doing the seasoning from avocado toast, and I got a whiff of it. It almost killed me. I suppose there's people that are happy about that, going, "Dad, serves you right for eating on the air."
Do you think when Kyle's in town and he turns on the fan, is wondering, why do they keep calling me Kyle Murphy?
Yeah. Do you think he ever's tuned into the fan?
Maybe not yet.
Yeah, not yet. I don't know if he ever will. I do wonder how often any players or coaches or front office people listen to the radio station. Can't think they listen to this show. If they're looking for anything, if they're looking for any kind of cogent conversation and some realistic views on the team about why they would listen, well, you know what it is? Because the truth hurts, and so we calls them as we sees them. So yeah, what was your question? I don't know.
Which of those 5 is most likely the next Sam Darnold?
Marie Lewis, Malik Willis. I think Danny Jones, probably.
I think it's Danny or Kyle.
I hope it's Kyle.
I mean, Mac Jones is not going to do it unless... Now, they did mention it's not just for this year. It's for their entire career. So even though Mac Jones is a backup right now, he could still become that Sam Darnold. I guess technically he could this year if Brock Purdy's hurt, but...
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, when we were discussing quarterback options for the future, just some things I read made me, I thought maybe that the Mac Jones kid might be, they were doing the old, he wasn't in a right fit in New England, and he was down on his luck and this and that. And then he's overplaying with, the Shanahan, who seems to rejuvenate quarterbacks' careers all the time. And next thing you know, he was excited to be with the club again. He was happy, and he was, he was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. He was very happy playing in San Francisco even when he wasn't playing. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I mean, he wasn't playing because Brock Purdy was, but he still liked being with the team, and he apparently has a better attitude again now. And so I kind of like the idea because Mac Jones, I think, has got some talent, but I would say Danny Dimes and probably Kyle would be the 2 on that list.
Question number 3. And now it's time to go in the paint.
Luka Doncic scored 42 points with 12 assists in the Lakers' 127-113 win over the Cavaliers last night. It was Doncic's 3rd straight 40-point game, lifting his March scoring total to 600 points, joining Michael Jordan in 1987 as the only players to reach the mark in March, and one of only 10 players to score 600 points in any month. The Lakers finished the month, by the way, with a 15-2 record. Common, do we need to talk about Luka Doncic in the MVP conversation?
Ask Big Ticket. He pays closer attention to that stuff than I do. I thought it was basically a two-man race between SGA and Wemby.
Yeah.
Maybe Doncic. I mean, again, I think sometimes what happens is you get late in the season, and I don't know if, what'd you say, 15-2 over the last 17
in March,
games? In March. And again, I don't know. It sounds like he's been a big reason why. So does what happens in March more important than what happened in November, December, January, February? I don't know. But he's one of the best players in the league. So I guess you'd have to say, well, yeah, I guess he could be in the conversation for MVP. But it sounds to me like it's going to be SGA or Wemby.
Question number 3. It's time now to consider the course.
Tiger Woods said yesterday that he is stepping away to seek treatment 4 days after his vehicle crash in Florida, and he was arrested on suspicion of driving under the influence. He will miss the Masters for the second straight year. Woods pleaded not guilty in his driving under the influence case in Florida yesterday, hours after a sheriff's report said deputies found 2 pain pills in his pocket, and he showed signs of impairment after his SUV clipped a trailer and rolled over on its side. Common, your thoughts on Tiger's decision to appear to be going to seek treatment?
If he's indeed sincere, I don't remember if he's done this treatment thing before. I don't think so, but it's possible that he's had. I don't even think you can count how many surgeries. I think he's had more surgeries than he's won majors, which would be a pretty large number because he's won 15 majors, and apparently he's in. I don't know if he's in constant pain, but it seems as though there's the pain is tremendous. And if you're in the middle of the day driving your car, he claims he looked down at his phone and was changing the radio station, and maybe he was. It could be all of those, and he could be also under the influence of some pain medication that's making him a little loopy. But if it sounds as though he feels like he needs, and is it just a PR move? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'll go ahead and say I'm going to treatment just so I can get people off my back. But I would think he's being sincere about it, and I would hope so. And if he has an issue, get some help. I mean, he's 50 years old. It's like, don't throw it all away. Being addicted to pain pills. So we'll see how it works. But yeah, I wish him the best if that's indeed what. If he is indeed seeking treatment, he must need it, and we wish him the best of luck.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
Brian Oak, little rock talk, including rock rank. That's all coming up. Other side of the break, Common Man program here in the Fan.
The Common Man.
That show is so creative and so funny. I've never laughed harder in my life. I'm not kidding. I rolled literally on the floor laughing. That's iconic. It's so funny.
Weekdays at noon on The Fan.
Every game, every moment, KFAN brings you the men's college basketball tournament driven by Dave Smith Motors. Tune in this Saturday on the free iHeartRadio app to catch the insanity from Indianapolis.
Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common East Tennessee. Excited and delighted to be joined in studio by Brian Oak for another episode of Rock Talk. And I heard a rumor about you.
What's that?
You have a podcast.
I do, in fact, have a podcast.
Can you tell me about it?
Well, it's pretty popular. Just did episode 565 yesterday. Had a couple of huge... Thank you. I had a couple of great guests already this week. We do 2 episodes a week. One was Peter Jesperson, the man basically credited with finding and promoting and signing the Replacements way back in the day. One of the most legendary names in Minnesota music. He's always a fascinating conversation. And then just yesterday, Jeremy Messersmith, a beloved Minnesota Minnesota singer-songwriter who's got a brand new album called Fox Coyote out today, or Coyote Fox, one of the two. In any event, he was a fantastic conversation. Been trying for 6 years to get him on the podcast. Finally cracked that nut, and it was worth the wait. So yeah, things are humming along nicely with the podcast. Enjoying it very much.
You are also the Grum Reaper.
I am, in fact, the Grum Reaper.
There was a music death that you think is notable?
Yeah, well, it happened last week. So shortly after, I think maybe even right after I got home from doing Rock Talk last week, I saw the announcement online that Dash Crofts has sloughed off this mortal coil. He is no longer with us. Maybe not a household name to many, but for people of a certain age, and I'm looking in the mirror and over at UCOM, and Seals and Crofts were staples of soft 70s rock radio. And they got a couple songs that even people who probably don't think they know a Seals and Crofts song absolutely know. He was the gentle, reassuring voice on the song Summer Breeze. Summer Breeze makes me feel fine, blowing through the jasmine of my mind.
Ooh,
think about it, man.
Hippie-like.
Exactly. And but Seals and Crofts, I mean, they put out, I don't know, a good dozen records or so. And
Diamond Girl.
Bring. Yeah, no, that was the other big hit. So those were their two biggest, but they had a cavalcade of delicious early 70s soft rocks, AM radio.
Hummingbird.
Yep. So, I mean, again, not a household name these days, and maybe people had forgotten, but he passed at the age of 87 due to complications from heart surgery. Now, again, at 87, just being alive another day with nothing going wrong is pretty remarkable. So this is not unusual or overtly tragic. It's obviously sad when anyone dies, but 87, I feel like, is a very solid run. In later life, he raised Arabian horses out on a ranch and had a lovely little life, by all accounts.
Yeah. So gone but not forgotten.
Well, not forgotten, at least today, but
Right.
one of those names that may not get brought up very often moving forward.
Now, you also said you had something, it's not really a rock ring, but you saw a list of, what was it? The best...
Well, so this is, we're in the year 2026 officially now, getting pretty far into it. And a recent online poll popped up that made me think of none other than our beloved Tennessee. Tennessee, are you over there?
I'm here.
Okay, so this was a poll that came out that said, what are the biggest songs that you remember from 2006? I'm going to make you feel super old right here by running down some of these songs, because 20 years, it goes in the blink of an eye, but it also feels like it was a lifetime ago. I'm going to just run down some of the bigger names on this list and see where they fall in your nostalgia for 20 years ago when you were right in the prime of life, man.
Well, see, I was almost already past the prime of life at that point in terms of like the music prime is more kind of like high school, college.
Well, yes, but this isn't that far. Let me run a couple of these.
I felt like
past
music
years.
had changed at that point.
But I also feel like you're going to love a lot of that. I know that in the teenage years is where it really starts to form and forge. But well, let's take for instance Chameleon Air featuring Crazy Bone riding.
Try to catch me riding dirty.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that one had to be a jam for you, right?
My kids the last couple of months started getting into Weird Al Yankovic, and he has a very good parody of this song.
Yeah, White and
called
Nerdy.
White and Nerdy. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh,
yeah.
no, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's one of his best.
But that song was big for you, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I love Bone Thugs and Harmony, and Crazy Bone's my favorite Bone Thug. So,
Wait, who's your favorite Bone Thug, Common?
Who?
What else was there?
I like Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
This was getting to the point where I wasn't liking rap music as much. I kind of clung to the 90s hip hop
Living in the past.
because it was starting to change a little bit. But I did like this song.
This will make everyone feel old. This song came out 20 years ago. Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back is a 20-year-old jam. I mean, I know it feels like it's been around forever, but doesn't 20 years seem like a long time? Gnarls Barkley Crazy came out that same year. Shakira with Wyclef Jean. Hips Don't Lie is a 20-year-old song. What's that?
For JT, is Cry Me a River around the same time?
You know, I don't have that on this particular list, but it can't be too far after that. I feel like that came a little later, right? Or is it the same album,
it's maybe kind of the same era, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sean Paul Temperature, I do not know that song.
I don't either.
Carrie Underwood, Before He Cheats, is now 20 years old. That was a huge one. My favorite on this entire list is, well, second favorite, Fergie with Will.i.am, Fergalicious. Fergalicious Def. I love that song, man. I'm a big fan. But my favorite from that time, Arctic Monkeys, I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor, was about the biggest thing that had happened in British music in a quarter century, and landed, again, not household names here, not
How does that
superstars.
one go?
It's super loud, super fast, rocks really hard. It became the number one fastest selling single of all time over in the UK when it came out. And so it couldn't help but have some splash over here in the States, but not as big as any of these other songs that we're talking about. But a pretty major seismic song for that year. Corinne Bailey Rae, Put Your Records On, was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
No, was that long ago?
20 years, my good
Put
man.
Your Records On.
Yeah, and that's a great song, right?
so good.
Nelly Furtado featuring Timbaland.
Oh, yes.
Promiscuous.
Oh, yeah.
Promiscuous girl,
Promiscuous
wherever
girl.
you are.
That's a toe tapper. Man.
And I brought this list up mainly because I was looking forward to hearing both of you sing. So, it's always fun to do a look back because you're like, yeah, I've been alive a long time. Yeah, I've been into a lot of things. I've been paying attention. I was already an old man when these songs
That's
all
almost
came
half
out.
my life ago.
Exactly. So these were the ones that popped up in an online poll that I found on Billboard of what people are most nostalgic about and what they loved most
How
from
can
the
we
year
live without those
2006.
songs, yeah?
Well, but we can live without them.
How many of those has Common heard of?
I've never heard one of them.
Oh, that's not true. You've heard Gnarls Barkley's Crazy. For sure you have. I
Never
remember
heard.
I remember
Why do
when
people
I
always
lost
want
my
to? People want to
mind.
insist that I've heard. Oh, you had to have
Because
heard
you
it.
walked down the
I do-
hallway here when
Yeah,
four
but-
different
but that
stations at
doesn't
iHeart
count-
were
but
playing
that
it.
doesn't count if I don't know what it is and it's just playing. I hear like 30 seconds of it. Like Charles Barkley, when did he start doing? I didn't even know he did
That
anything.
song's terrible.
I know Shaq did. Shaq, where you at? I'm over here. Shaq. But I didn't know Charles Barkley ever recorded a song. How would I know that?
I guess
You didn't know he was that talented.
I didn't know either, and I can only imagine that it's that sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Like Super Bowl shuffle terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got on my list
Well,
right there.
I got a list for you.
You?
Yeah, I've got a list for you, and then we'll do rock. But we'll just do that on the other side of the break because we're
What kind of radio is List Radio?
a lazy radio.
Yeah.
Oh, but still enjoy. I mean, everyone got to sidle up to the buffet there and enjoy themselves.
It's a Q&A for maybe both of you. I don't know. I think Oak will probably do better on this than Tennessee, and only because.
Setting me up to fail.
Well, no, because some of these songs are really old.
Okay.
You're more into the older stuff, I think, than Tennessee is. But it's well,
I know some old songs just based through you.
well, maybe you'll do
Yeah.
well. But let's take a break. We'll come back and we'll do that. And then we've got what is rock rank this time? Can we tease it?
We're doing our geography series right
Oh,
now.
that's
We're
right.
going through all our
Okay.
geography.
This one's
stuff.
American Cities in the
US
in the
cities.
song of the title.
Very good. We'll come back and we'll do some more rock talk on the side of the break. Common Man program on the Fan.
Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program?
Would love to.
Make your voice heard on the Bradshaw and Brian text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
Mark Rosen will join us just before 2 o'clock. Brian Oak, you say you have one little other nugget?
I do. Well, so
What's this nugget?
the iHeartRadio Music Awards, I don't know if you know this or not, but we are under the umbrella of iHeart even as we speak
Yes.
on Rock Talk. They have their annual music awards, which have actually grown into a very, very, over the years, a very prominent and real sort of awards show, something I was dubious about in the early incarnations of it, but it's absolutely up there with all the other music awards with the possible exception of the Grammys these days. But Bad Bunny, Sabrina Carpenter, and Taylor Swift were all the leading nominees this year. And Doechii presented Lady Gaga with the Innovator Award. Taylor Swift won Artist of the Year, but just in case anybody was worried that the era of Taylor Swift might be somehow drawing to a close or diminishing at least slightly, she not only won more trophies than anybody else at last Thursday's iHeartRadio Music Awards, she also walked away with a record number, more than she's ever won. She was nominated for 9, left with 7. So just in case any Swifties out there are wondering, should I still keep this Swift tattoo or get it lasered off? I'd say it's a little early for that. Keep enjoying the reign of your queen. Taylor Swift still very much at the top of the music game.
There's not one person listening to this program right now that is a Taylor Swift fan.
That's not true at all.
I can guarantee you.
That
I like Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor Swift.
Okay.
No. But no, she also said, I want to tell you what she said because it ties into what the people who listen to the station do like. She said, thanks for all the vibes. I just really wanted to say thank you to iHeart and thank you to anyone who cared about the fate of Ophelia because you made this into the biggest hit of my career, which is crazy at this point. And then she would also go on to say how happy and confident and free I am right now because the way I get to feel every single day of my life because of my fiance who is here tonight. And that, of course, is Travis Kelce.
Okay, I can't do it anymore.
You can't do what?
Talk about Taylor Swift.
Wow.
Here are the 25 greatest first lines in rock and roll history. First lines of songs. And I want you to identify the song in the group. Tenneby, you ready for this?
Yes.
Now, let me get to the end of it. And then you...
Are we buzzing in or are we just saying
I don't know. Maybe just say it. Okay. It's not that big of a deal. Hold on.
You'll beat me on all these.
I doubt that
that's
very
what I was
much.
saying. No, I think... I know you will on this first one. Okay, ready? Hold on. I lost it for a second. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Please allow me to introduce myself.
I got it. It's Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones.
Correct. Did you know that, Tenneby?
No.
Okay. Here's the second one. These are from the greatest first lines ever in music history.
I'm listening.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Paul Simon. Or Simon and Garfunkel?
Yes.
What's the name of the song?
In the
Sounds of
Sound
Silence.
of Silence. Yes.
silence.
I'll give you that one. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world.
That's an easy one.
Yeah, that is an easy one. It's Journey.
Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
I thought just a small town girl. I thought it was Small Town by John Mellencamp.
No.
All right, how about this one? You were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar.
I got it.
Tenneby?
No idea.
The Human League is Don't You Want Me, Baby?
Yes, that is correct.
Yep.
Remember when that song first came out?
Do I
It was
remember?
so cool.
Dude, I loved all that sort of icy new wave stuff, and they were gigantic in the UK. And no, that was my favorite kind of American radio in the early 80s.
Next one. Load up on guns, bring your friends.
Oh, got it.
Tenneby?
No idea.
Nirvana, Come As You Are.
It says Smells Like Teen Spirit. That's what this says.
I can't understand any words in that song.
This one says...
Oh, yeah, it is Smells Like Teen Spirit. Yeah. There we go. Okay, sorry, I got confused. I got lost in the grunge of it all.
Here's the next one. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Caught in a lance. That's Bohemian Rhapsody.
Well done, Tenneby.
Nicely done.
You are correct, sir.
I'm going to get ripped for this. That's
Go
one
on.
of the most overrated songs in the history of rock and roll.
That's a great song.
I think it's one of the most overrated songs in the history of rock and roll. I was never a big Queen guy anyway.
How can you not be a big Queen guy? Queen was incredible. They don't have a peer. There was nobody like Queen.
I know, and I'm glad.
And for my generation, I had never heard that song until the movie Wayne's World came out.
Right.
Oh, that definitely
then
gave
it
that
got a
song a
rebirth.
brand new
Yes.
life. They were over. It was done.
What's a better movie, Wayne's World or Dumb and Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber, but Wayne's World is very good.
Next up. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold.
I got it.
Tanner?
I know this lyric.
You do.
Heart did a version of it while the band that originally did it was in
Oh,
attendance.
Stairway to Heaven?
Yes.
Yes.
I may not always love you.
I don't know. This is the first one I don't know.
Beach Boys, God Only Knows.
Oh, great song.
Yeah. All
As
right.
long as there are stars above you.
Now, I don't know if Tenneby will know this. I know you're going to know.
All right. Well, let's hear it.
I'm an antichrist. I am an antichrist.
Oh, is that, well, it's the Sex Pistols.
Yes.
I don't know. Is it God Save the Queen?
No.
It's Anarchy in the UK.
That is correct.
There we go.
You are correct, sir. Yes.
I didn't even know this was the first line of this song, but here it is. Let me tell you how it will be.
I'm not going to get there.
Can you sing it?
It's ringing a bell. Male or female singer?
It's the Beatles, The Tax Man. I didn't know the song started with that line.
Let me tell you how it... Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Tax Man is considered one of their better. I never was that
To me, it's interesting. Well, it's a George Harrison composition, but it was interesting to me because the reason I think Revolver might be the most important record in rock history is the Beatles, even though they were changing and the world was changing, they were still essentially a boy band, but the biggest one the world had ever seen with great chops, but they were essentially a boy band. They were a teen sensation band, and they were slowly shedding that image. And then they put out an album that started out with that song. That was track 1, side 1, about complaining about government tax rates in the UK, followed by Eleanor Rigby, which is about the desolation of the human soul and utter loneliness and bleak oblivion. That's not generally the 1-2 punch most boy bands are starting with when they're the biggest band in the world.
I get up in the evening and I ain't got nothing to say.
Tenny, you got this one?
No.
Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark.
Oh, no. Oh, I get up in the evening. Yeah, okay. I don't go deep enough on Springsteen, or I don't listen to it often
there's
enough.
Another Springsteen one on here, too. Well, wait now. Well, this guy put this list together because he's got it. You can't start a fire without a spark, and says that's Dancing in the Dark. Oh, it's on the list twice. Oh, it's 2 lines in the first song.
Oh.
Well, that's ridiculous. Okay, forget that. Okay, next.
Forgotten.
This is going to be really hard. We don't need no education.
Oh, come on.
No, it's going to be hard.
Well, I mean, I know the name of the band.
One.
It's another Brick in the Wall, Part 2 by Pink Floyd.
I heard there was a secret chord.
Oh, wow. You're going deep on this one. It's been covered 1 million times, but that is Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen.
Correct. Well done, my friend. Here's next. We're leaving together, but still it's farewell.
I know this one.
Of course you do.
One of the cheesiest hair metal songs of all time. This would be Europe with the Final Countdown.
Final countdown.
About how humanity has destroyed the planet, so we're all leaving in one great big spaceship to Venus.
But still it's farewell, even though we're leaving together.
Exactly.
Oh, mama, can this really be the end? But that's not the first words to the song.
Well, it's
Isn't
Bob
that Queen?
No.
It's Bob Dylan, right?
Yeah, that's not the first words to Stuck Inside a Mobile with the Memphis Blues Again. I thought you said this was the first words of song.
Well, it sounds like, most of them have been.
It says 21 greatest opening lines in rock history.
Yeah, well.
It doesn't start.
Well, I'll have to defer to you, but that's the second time that song's been referenced on the program today, but not the last time we're going to talk about it.
Here's next.
Ooh.
It's 9:00 on a Saturday.
Oh. Billy Joel.
Yes.
Piano Man.
Correct. Next. She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene.
Well, this is one of your songs.
I don't feel like this is the opening line either, but it must be. I know what it is. It's Michael Jackson, Billie Jean.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She was small like I guess, is that the opening line? I don't know.
She came from Greece. She had a thirst for knowledge.
Oh.
I'd never heard this.
Yeah. Do you recognize the title and the song?
I don't.
She came from Greece.
I have no clue what this is.
It's sitting right there on the fringe. I can taste it.
Do you want the name of the band or
Yes.
the song? The name of the band is Pulp.
Pulp, Common People.
Yeah.
That's exactly, and I thought that's what it was, but given everything else on this list, I felt like that was too British and too obscure.
2 more. You got a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere.
Tracy Chapman.
I was going to say, who are you asking this question to, man?
And then the final one.
Or is it the Country Guys version?
Once upon a time, you dress so fine.
No, that's Dylan.
Once upon a time, you
Just
dress
so
so fine, like a Rolling Stone.
Oh, yeah, like a pretty classic song.
So I think both of you guys did very well on that. I think there was only
Thank
a couple
you.
that you guys didn't identify.
Yeah, no, there's only a couple I didn't know, but
And you know what? I've often I stumbled across that list because I've often, when you're killing time with people or you're just having conversations about
Yeah.
music, I've always said, what are the best opening lines? So I thunk them through. I have others in my head that I can't think of at this very moment, but I would have others that I would add to that and some I would subtract.
Same. Well, that's why I like to have a little bit of heads up, but maybe that's future homework. The three of us will each pick 5 songs, and we'll come up with the opening line that we think will stump the other two, but the caveat being that they have to be good enough titles or big enough songs that there's a reasonable chance we would each hear all of them.
I agree. How about we do this now? Let's go ahead and do Rock Rank.
Rock Rank. Rock Rank. Rock Rank.
Rock Rank.
Rock Rank.
Rock Rank.
We're continuing our geography series. Next week we'll do U.S. states, but today, top 5 songs titles. Or top 5 songs that have a U.S. city in the title.
Well, this is another one of those lists that is so impossibly long that you can't do a top 5 doesn't do it justice. So I just picked my favorite 5, but this is a list that's not going to include, John Prine's Angel from Montgomery, or Elton John's Philadelphia Freedom, or Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young Woodstock, or Johnny Rivers' Memphis, or Bob Dylan stuck inside of Mobile with the Memphis Blues again. The list is freakishly long. ZZ Top, Jesus Just Left Chicago? Come on! So here we go. Coming in at number 5 is a tie, a 2-way Minnesota tie, because I had to get a Minnesota band in here, and I couldn't pick between the two of them. Before there was Semisonic, there was a great band fronted by Matt Wilson called Trip Shakespeare in Minnesota, and they have a song called Toolmaster of Brainerd, and if you have not heard it, you must add it to the playlist. Toolmaster of Brainerd, but it shares the number 5 spot with something everyone here has definitely heard. That would be none other than His Purple Majesty Prince. Rock and roll is alive, and it lives in Minneapolis. You familiar with that?
I thought you were going to go with Erotic City.
Well, but that's not really the name of an American city. And last time I kind of got chided for not getting right within the rules. So number 5 is Prince. Rock and roll is alive, and it lives in Minneapolis.
I'm not familiar with the song.
Oh, it's...
Let me guess, walking through the halls, I've heard it.
No, this one you might not know, but it is Prince, so I'm guessing that quite a few people have heard this song before.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but it was not familiar to me. Number 4.
Number 4 is definitely going to be a song you haven't heard before, but that everyone should hear. One of my all-time favorite bands is a 4-piece out of Los Angeles called X, and their debut album is called Los Angeles. It also has a title track of the same name. It is fiery, it is explosive, it talks about the dark, seedy underbelly of late 70s LA, and it is just, they were the first band I ever saw at First Avenue back in 1985, and they are a groundbreaking and incredible band. They were not a punk rock band, but they were very, very deeply embraced by the punk rock community, and they're just some of the greatest songwriters of all time. And John Doe and Exene Chervenka of that band are coming back for a couple of shows at the Parkway Theater later on this summer.
Okay.
X, Los Angeles. Trust me, you'd love this song.
Wait till you get to my list.
I'm ready.
Yeah. Well, I was going to wait till you're done with your list.
Okay, all right.
So now are we on to number
3?
Number 3.
And I did lie before when I said that this song didn't make it on the list. I forgot that I did ultimately put it in here. The Bonnie Raitt version is the one I think that most people probably know, but it was written by one of the greatest American songwriters of all time, John Prine, and that is Angel from Montgomery. It is poignant. It is heartfelt, just like everything you'd expect from John Prine, but there's clever lyrics in there, and it's a gut punch, but it's also an uplifter. And Bonnie Raitt, I think, brought it home for a lot of people who were not ready for John Prine, but John Prine and Bonnie Raitt, I give them both credit for Angel from Montgomery.
Okay, very good.
Number 2.
Number 2.
This one is for all my party people out there, going back to the mid-'80s. And Tenna, I know you're going to know this song for sure, but it's a little trio out of New York City known as the Beastie Boys, and that would be No Sleep Till Brooklyn from License to Ill. An incredible welcome to the world. In the world of hip-hop, maybe not the most, revered hip-hop, but Beastie Boys did more to bring hip-hop to white America than any other single band at the time. And No Sleep Till Brooklyn is an absolute certifiable bulletproof smash. So that comes in at number 2.
Okay, and then finally, the best song, your favorite song?
My favorite song that references an American city. Number 1.
Does it have to be in the title or is it just the song?
I think in the title is what I went with.
Yes, okay, very good. Number one.
Number one, a great American singer-songwriter, not entirely unlike John Prine, where he's obviously celebrated, widely known, but not a superstar household name. And that would be Jerry Jeff Walker's interpretation of the classic song, L.A. Freeway. L.A. Freeway. But you know what? I mean, there are so many songs on here, like City of New Orleans by Arlo Guthrie, or The Chicks, Love It or Leave It, the Monkees, Last Train to Clarkville, Dropkick Murphys, who are our man, T-Bump, he likes to play every time he's in without Barrero. He plays Shipping Up to Boston, know.
How about this one?
Go on.
I got into town about an hour ago. Bop, 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 bop. L.A. Woman.
That was going to make my list, except
it has to make the list.
Well, but the problem is I already had two L.A. songs on there.
Well, that L.A. Woman's better than both those.
Well,
two
the best L.A. song is actually "To Live and Die in L.A." by Tupac.
See, there you go. And if you go online and look, there are about 70 songs. We could do this strictly about Los Angeles, even if it was just in the title.
And then how about this one?
Go on.
I want to wake up in a city that never sleeps. New York, New York by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that was the opening line. I'm not a big...
That's not the opening line. But
okay. Well, but that one I did not... That one...
The opening line is, start spreading the news.
Dun, dun, dun,
There's a lot of Common Man songs that Oak missed. You already mentioned L.A. Woman by The Doors, right?
Yeah.
What about Wichita Lineman?
Well, I was going to get to that. You're stealing my...
go ahead.
Definitely a Wichita Lineman. And the Wichita Lineman
He's
is
also got
still on the line.
By the time I get to Phoenix...
Bob Dylan called it the greatest song ever.
Well, and I don't know about that, but it's obviously another bulletproof classic.
Bobby Dylan called it great. And then there's If You Are Going to San Francisco
by Scott McKenzie.
And then there is a house in New Orleans.
But again, the title is House of the Rising Sun.
That's true.
Yeah, and so that's why I didn't make my list.
The way to San Jose.
There you go. Do you know the way to San Jose?
Which again is originally, I have that on my also ran list because Dionne Warwick had the big hit with it, but it's obviously a Burt Bacharach original.
Now here's when you're talking about greatest opening line. Just how about some of the greatest lines in anywhere in a song. And all the stars that never were are parking cars and pumping gas. Do you know the way to San Jose? Because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
All the stars that never were.
The night that Chicago died.
That's another one. The night Chicago.
Please come to Boston.
What about Billy Joel's New York State of Mind? The Andrews Sisters / Glenn Miller, Chattanooga Choo Choo. What
Viva
else?
Las Vegas.
Yeah, there you go.
Or Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah, Sheryl Crow also on here. Are you more of a Mark Cohn Walking in Memphis, or more of a John Hyatt Memphis in the Meantime, or a Johnny Rivers with simply Memphis?
Memphis.
Yeah.
Stuck inside of Memphis.
Yeah, but that's like I said.
With Memphis Blues against
what about the Miami Vice theme, like by Jan Hammer?
Yeah.
That's the one that's America, Ventura Highway, Paper Lace, The Night Chicago Died, Vicki Lawrence, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia.
Or how about Chicago, that toddling town?
LaGrange by ZZ Top, Eric Clapton, Tulsa Time.
Miami by Will Smith.
Yeah, well, that's... I'm a little nostalgic for the Millennium myself.
What about Welcome to Atlanta by Jermaine Dupri and Ludacris?
What about I'm in Miami Trick by LMFAO?
How about Marrakesh Express?
How about Kiss, Detroit Rock City? Marrakesh, not an American city. I looked at that one. Yeah. No, if you want to go to Cairo or Paris or London, there's another zillion songs you can throw on the list.
Yeah. Are you a big Trash Panda guy? Atlanta Girls.
Okay.
Atlanta Girls is big. Trash Panda.
Here's one for Tenna. What about Weezer, Beverly Hills?
Oh, great song.
There you go. Ian Hunter, Cleveland Rocks. Tony Bennett, I Left My Heart in San Francisco. There's so many on this. Van Morrison, Tupelo Honey.
Oh,
Billy Joel, Allentown.
Exactly. Yes, thank you.
That's a good song.
Yeah. There are. What about Ike and Tina Turner, Nutbush City Limits?
Oh, and how about Diesel with Sausalito, Summer Night?
There we go. Yes. See,
that might be the greatest song of all time.
Okay. Well, now it is a very
enjoyable. We went to Frisco in my Rambler.
Yeah.
The radiator's running dry. Sausalito,
That's a great song.
Sausalito, Summer Night is one of the greatest songs ever made.
Did you say Monterey?
I did not.
I was talking to comment. You like that one, don't you?
By Eric Byrne and the Animals.
What about Gladys Knight and the Pips, Midnight Train to Georgia?
Well, that's a state.
Exactly. So that one's a little bit of a cheat.
That might be next week.
Oh,
But
go on.
Did you know, this is a trivia that I've talked about before, Midnight Train to Georgia, before the Pips did it, the song was originally, I'm not making this up, was Midnight Plane to Houston.
Really?
And then when they decided to do the song, they didn't think that sounded good, so they changed the words to Midnight Train to Georgia. Look it up.
I love it. I believe you. I just, that's. What about Tom Waits with the classic Christmas card from a hooker in Minneapolis?
I wasn't familiar with that one.
It's a great song.
Common.
it is.
Perry Como, Seattle.
The
Bluest skies you've ever seen are in Seattle.
I don't know that song.
You don't?
I'm going to be very frank with you that not everyone can know everything about music, and my level of acumen regarding Perry Como is non-existent.
Let me ask you a question.
Hit me.
You have a podcast.
I do, in fact, have a podcast. It's called The Brian Oak Show. It's largely about Twin Cities music, area music, regional music. But we also have other people on, entrepreneurs. We've had political figures, religious figures, but largely 90% plus it's about music. 565 episodes deep, so there's no shortage of fun stuff to go dig into. And it is available widely and free of charge through the iHeartRadio app.
Are we doing songs with states?
U.S. states next week. And then the following week, it's going to be international countries, states.
I love this travelogue that we're doing right here. I think it's amazing. So next week, songs with states in the titles.
Yep.
And then the next week, countries or cities or
internationals, or even continents, international.
And then how about one with planets, Venus and Mars by Paul McCartney?
That might be harder.
I love everything that we're talking about right now, and I'm 100% on board.
We'll see you next week.
See you then.
That's Brian Oak with Rock Talk. Mark Rosen next here on The Fan.